Hi, this is Sopita Sounds. I'm Tara. I make soft-spoken ASMR videos about nostalgia and gaming, but I'm really looking forward to switching things up here on YouTube. Today I thought we could do a what's in my bag video and get to know each other. You might hear birds chirping, airplanes flying overhead, or cars outside, because I'm a person who lives around other people. This is my bag. It is a black and white gingham baggu, and I believe it's the small crescent. I've had this for 3 years, and it is my most frequently used bag. Do not be deceived by its size. It can hold a lot of stuff. I am not a loyalist to baggu, but I do enjoy what they do. The bags are pretty sturdy, and this one in particular is really easy to wash. I put them in like a mesh laundry bag and throw that thing in the washing machine. Let's look at the outside of the bag first. I have this tiny baby bunny. It's a Jellycat. I was an early Jellycat adopter, so I've had this for a few years. It definitely needs a bath. Something random about me is that I started putting only pink bunnies on my bags. So if I have like a plushie charm, I tried to look for pink bunnies, and I've decided they're maybe my good luck charm. I don't know why. I don't know how I got there, but this is my pink bunny on my everyday baggu. The other charm on this side is a keychain I have matching with my best friend. It's a little blue heart she gave me, and it has pink text, and it says, "I hate everyone but us." And I would say that sums up our sassy collective energy. And it's a sweet reminder of her. She's always with me. On the other side is a button from my other best friend. It says pee-pee poo-poo on it, and we have matching ones. He gave this to me as a little surprise treat one day. Somehow this has never fallen off. Don't know how that's possible, because I'm very clumsy. So I don't know. I would have imagined this would have flung off at some point. Definitely a conversation starter, and it matches my other little trinkets, so I keep it on there. It has a zipper on the top, and I should say too, the strap is older. So this bag came out before they made bags with extra long straps to accommodate plus size customers. So I can wear this over my shoulder super comfortably, but I can't wear it crossbody. Okay, the reason I wanted to go through my bag is because I actually just got a new bag. It is a orchidy purple colored baggu bowler. This is the second baggu I've purchased myself. I've received 2 as gifts from friends, but I am trying to go through this to get out all of the things I want to put in my new bag. Also, I had a granola bar in this bag with chocolate, and it got on everything. So I'm gonna clean everything as we go through it. This is a little baby blue pouch I got from Daiso, which is a Japanese like dollar store kind of vibe. Things are not $1, but they're pretty cheap. And you'll notice my favorite color is baby blue. So if I can get anything in a baby blue, I'm gonna get it. This little pouch has a gold star charm on it, this quiet zipper. Here are the contents. I have first a piece of my hair and a little lip balm that I bought in the Portland airport when I went on a trip. I bought this lip balm from Tillamook. It is Oregon strawberry ice cream flavor, and I bought it and saved it until I ran out of my other lip balms, and it was worth saving. It's really yummy, and I always have to have a lip balm in my bag. Next in my pouch is a Tide to Go pen. If it's not me, it is one of my friends spilling a little something from our lunch on their shirts. I am notorious for getting stuff on my chest when I'm eating. I try really hard not to, but I have a larger chest, so it's very easy to be spilling. This does come in handy. It's obviously not the perfect solution, but it's better than nothing. Oh my god, this is also from Daiso and also has my hair on it. It is a foldable comb. I have tiny little bangs, as you might notice, and I notoriously hate the wind. I love the wind. I just don't like what it does to my hair. I think I'm gonna have to start carrying like a scarf with me and scarfing up to keep my bangs in check, but this is really helpful like before I go like into a store or into a meeting, because I have so many, to use this. And this is also from Daiso. It is a nail file. It is maybe the worst nail file I've ever owned. It's basically smooth dolphin skin foam, and it doesn't do much. I need to get a better nail file for my bag because I always seem to need one when I'm in public, but never have one. So I thought I was being smart when I bought these, but they are not good. This might seem maybe a little random, but I have a golf pencil. I find this comes in a lot more handy than I would have assumed when I first put it in here, but it's nice to have a writing utensil at a moment's notice. So this little guy is important. I once did a perfume making class with a sweet friend of mine for her birthday, and we made roller balls, and this is mine. I had taken this class before, and my first one was very like rosy because I love rose scents, but this one is like bergamot and beachy vibes, so a little citrusy and a little oceany, warm. Oh my gosh, it's delicious, and I keep it in here in case, one, I forget to put perfume on that day, or two, I need to top up. It's great. The last thing in here is really, really special to me. I have a community of friends living all over the world that I do not get to connect with in person very often at all. One of my sweet, sweet friends gave this to me, I guess the last time I saw her. I had been having kind of a hard time, and she gave me this tiny, tiny Ziploc bag with a tiny, tiny mushroom in it. It's a charm, and it is called The Mighty Little Mushroom, and it has a little, I guess, poem? I'll read it to you. Even in the darkest conditions, the magical little mushrooms grow. They are part of the circle of life, reaching places high and low. Just like the mighty little mushroom, stay flexible and resilient. Plant one in your pocket and good things will come to you. So I guess I am also keeping this as a good luck and love token in my bag that lives in here for safekeeping. Okay. The other thing I have in here, I have not cleaned this out also, is some stickers that my best friend, a la pee pee poo poo button, gave me. They are frogs eating soup. You might notice that the name of my channel and accounts are all related to soup. Sopita means like little soup in Spanish, almost like a cutesy way of saying soup. Soup has been a big part of my life and how I grew up and my family. It feels like it symbolizes warmth and community. And it's really an important symbol to me, but an important part of my everyday life. So when he saw these stickers of frogs eating soup, he set them aside for me. I also have this MagSafe suction cup, kind of like mount thing. I am not super good at taking content in public, like making videos and stuff. But having this is actually pretty helpful. I used it in the fitting room the other day to take a picture of something I was wearing. And this was very cheap. I've seen some very expensive ones online. This works amazing, and I think it was like $3.99 at TJ Maxx. So shout out to this little guy. Okay, this is my, not to pin my pouches against each other, but this is one of my favorite ones, and I think everyone needs one. This is a very tiny leatherette coin pouch. It has a kiss lock, which I love, but inside it is for holding jewelry. It has like a little clip you could put earrings or a ring on, and it is so useful if you are going anywhere that you might need to take a ring off. So like if you are going to the doctor and you're doing, I don't know, an MRI or some kind of scan, or you're going to have a massage and you need to take your jewelry off. This is like a designated little jewelry pouch to help you not lose things. It is so handy and really tiny, so it doesn't take up a lot of room in my bag, and I'm just always grateful to have it. That being said, in mine, there is not a single piece of jewelry. I used to have a keychain on a different purse with this die on it, and one day the keychain broke. So I set this aside to fix it and have fully forgotten about it. So actually, I'm going to leave it out so that I can fix that. And the other thing I have is another mauve little pouch inside of the coin purse. This is another token from a friend that I carry with me. Let's untie it. I don't know when I became like a trinket holder in my everyday purse, but actually it makes me very happy to see things from loved ones in my bag. This one, let's see if I remember. Yeah, this one is, this is a really tiny potato with a little smiley blushy face. This is from my best friend's partner, and I love him, the person and the potato, but I keep that in my little jewelry pouch. Again, almost like my friends and family are taking care of me. Hand sanitizer. This is my favorite hand sanitizer. It's from Trader Joe's. I think it's like $2. I usually buy them like 3 or 4 at a time, and I keep a little stock in my apartment. They are grapefruit and lemon scented, and they are so effective and easy to use, and I always have one floating around in my purse and in my car. I'm just obsessed with these. They don't make your hands feel like gross and dry or filmy, and the scent is great, and they're cheap. Sometimes I'll also have They now have tiny spray hand sanitizers at Bath and Body Works that come with like a little keychain holster. If I don't have Trader Joe's, I will have that. And I guess speaking of Trader Joe's, this is a teeny bag of trail mix. I always have some kind of emergency snack. And this one is peanuts, almonds, and raisins, and I think dark chocolate, like fake M&Ms. I love this one because I'm obsessed with almonds, and I also love peanuts, so there's like not a nut in here I don't like, which means I enjoy the entire bag. And I'm not a big raisin person, so a raisin feels like an upgrade. This is another little pouch, and this one is also Pachaco, and the details are also baby blue. It's from Daiso. This is like my sensory pouch, you might say. I usually have things in here I would use when I'm a little overstimulated. Typically, there's a tiny claw clip in here and a hair tie, so I can get my hair off my neck. My hair is really short now, but it used to be long, and so having something in here to get it off my neck when I'm really hot or anxious in public is helpful. But the other thing I have is my loops. Loops are little earplugs that still allow the passage of sound, so you can kind of quiet all of the extra background noise if it's a little overstimulating. I use these like at the mall sometimes. I've used them at concerts too. They're very helpful. And just anywhere noisy. I recently used them in the airport, and it was super helpful. These are the Switch version, not the Nintendo Switch version, the loop switch. Mine are blue, you might have guessed. That means you can adjust the amount of, I don't know, sound that comes through as 3 settings. These are so helpful, but the case comes open on its own very easily. That's why I keep it in here. The other thing I have is a fidget. This is from Top Trends, and I think I bought it at Barnes & Noble, but it is a magnet slider of a pink axolotl, but I swear it's a Squishmallow, which I do not own any Squishmallows, but I love this specifically for being in public because it's very quiet. It is just silicone and easy to slide around in your pocket, or sometimes I use it on the plane. Just like if I'm listening to a podcast or watching a movie, I will hold it and slide it around. It's pretty comforting, and again, very quiet. So I'll have to get another hair tie and clip to put in my sensory pouch. Okay, this is my favorite lip liner. I primarily only use cruelty-free makeup. I made the switch to cruelty-free only like 12 years ago, and before it was pretty hard to know where a brand stood. This is, I guess, I have 2 favorite lip liners. One is from Milani. This one is from Charlotte Tilbury, and it is Pillow Talk 2 in medium. It's one of their lip cheat lip liners. While I love this, I recently learned that Charlotte Tilbury didn't renew their certification for their cruelty-free standing, which doesn't mean they're not cruelty-free anymore. It just might mean they didn't submit forms on time or whatever. But it's a warm pinky nude, and it sharpens super weird. But it is a really great base for almost any lip look. And I guess it's in here from when I last used it. Okay, something to know about me is I'm still masking. I have an autoimmune disease and I try to mask as often as possible. And so this is full of masks. These are both used, so they can go in the trash. But I also have a reserve of fresh ones in case I get like super sweaty or uncomfortable and need a new one. I try to always keep them on me, especially if like one snaps or if I'm with someone who would also like to use one. I try to keep extras. But these are super comfortable for me. I aim for KN95s, which I believe this falls under. Yeah. I've been getting this same box of black masks over and over again for the last 6 years, I guess. Once we found them. But these are very comfortable for my face. I have a round, soft face, and I find the like nose bridge is very comfortable and keeps a good seal. I use these when I'm like indoors in public places, outdoors in crowded places, as often as possible. I find them very handy for people leaving me alone. And ever since I started masking more regularly, I get sick so much less than I used to, again, because of my poor autoimmune system. So this is a big deal, and I always keep them on me. This is an eyeglasses pouch that's also like a cleansing cloth that I've been looking for because my glasses have been floating around loose, like in my home, not in my bag. So good to know she's in there. This is a tiny travel size container of Tums, but it is big plane. It is the smoothies version of Tums, which I think are the best Tums. If you have to eat one of the chalky ones, let it be a smoothie. They have Skittle kind of Tums. Those are amazing. These just taste the best. Unfortunately, it is covered in chocolate from that granola bar. So I will have to clean this. It's not super common that I get heartburn, but I do have like, I don't know, weird tummy stuff sometimes, and these come in handy. Plus, when other people in my life need one, I have it, and I just refill them, so it's pretty helpful. The other thing I have a lot of in my bag apparently is movie stubs and receipts. This movie stub is from Masters of the Universe, which is a movie based on He-Man. I grew up in a household who cared about He-Man, and I used to watch the cartoon on Boomerang a lot, so I had a really great time watching that. This one is from The Mandalorian. I was having a pretty hard day recently, and I needed to see something hopeful with like cute little guys in it. And you know, the little guys in Star Wars I think kind of count as Muppets. They're Muppets, so that brought me a lot of joy. And this is a very tiny receipt for a slice of pizza that I emergency got when I realized I had accidentally skipped lunch and I needed to eat something. Okay, this is, I think, maybe the last thing in here that is a memento from a friend. This is from one of my sweet friends in my like long distance community of friends. The last time we saw each other, we went to PAX together, which is a gaming convention that was in Boston at the time. And before we had gone, we were talking about fidget toys, and I had never tried a Tangle, but they love a Tangle. And one day they like took my hand and put this in it, and it is a Tangle. And I've seen online, maybe this is from like an artist's collection of tangles, like one's based on paintings or something. I love having this, especially it makes kind of tiny clicky clacky sounds, so it's not the most quiet thing, but in colder weather, this in your pocket, so you can like move it around in your pocket and then it kind of makes no sound, is so nice. And this makes me want to try other tangles too. While I've been playing with this, I've realized it is also covered in chocolate from that granola bar. So I'm gonna have to clean this for sure. This is just the other Star Wars movie ticket because I didn't go alone. Oh my gosh. Okay, I am back on the cruelty-free makeup train. I love CoverGirl lip products, and they are cruelty-free. This one in particular is called the Clean Fresh Yummy Blur. It was trying to imitate that very popular Korean, I believe, lip look that is like a blurred matte lip. This one is in the shade, oh my god, what is the shade? Honey Blur. It is so pretty. It is like a warmer pinky brown, and it looks really neutral on the lips. I keep it usually on me in case I've like gone out and forgot lipstick. I don't wear makeup a ton, but if I'm like going to dinner with friends and I want to top up this and the lip liner, we've created a really great combination. And last thing I have in here is loose cash. I can't remember why I needed the pizza. When I got that slice of pizza, it was cash only. And so I had to take money out of the ATM. And this is the remnants of that. I don't normally carry cash, so do not come to me looking for it. But this will actually be useful. I want to go to the farmer's market. It's stone fruit season, and I am obsessed with nectarines, and this could buy me at least 3. So that would be nice. So that was everything in my everyday carry bag. I love this bag and will continue to use it all the time. It is the one I use the most, but I wanted to show you my new bag that I will be putting all of this in after I clean it. But this one will also be getting a nice run through the washing machine, and I'm sure I will be swapping back and forth between these two. This is the Baggu small bowler, I believe, in the like purple color. It has a small interior pocket, just like my gingham one, but it has a leash for your keys. You'll notice I didn't show you my keys or my wallet, and that's because privacy is important to me and those are mine, and you don't need to know about it. But this bag has a way for me to always find my keys, which is really nice. I wish my older bag, my gingham one, had it, but it might be something I could sew in and add. That would be kind of cool. The other thing I like about this bag, it came with little carabiners to put charms on. Whoa, that was a really loud plane. It came with little carabiners to put charms on, and at every spot where a strap connects to the bag, it has a loop that you can clip more charms onto. So I'm excited to dress it up and to get some good use out of it. The other thing I love about it, besides the fact that it opens wide and it has the key leash and the color and blah blah blah, it can fit my entire water bottle in it. This is how many ounce? 1,000,000 ounce. I swear this is it's a 24 ounce Awala. This is my only like metal water bottle kind of thing I own. I also carry sometimes small Nalgene bottles, but they don't keep the water cold, obviously. The small Nalgenes go in, I have a tiny backpack really easily, but this fully fits in here with all of my stuff. I have realized since cleaning out this bag, there are some things that are missing. I normally have a hand fan, because again, I'm very sweaty, and tissues with me, and usually like a small bottle of ibuprofen. Nowhere to be seen, so I'm gonna have to refill that. Thank you so much for being here and spending time with me. Hopefully, you are chilled out, or sleeping, or enjoyed the company while you were like working, a little body doubling maybe. I hope you rest well, and I'll see you next time. Take care of yourself.